challenging, like being active and playing 4 games and then not, and like not feeling the best, and then like frustrated of like how hard I worked in the off season, and then like all I do is rehab and like continue to do this process and just like trying to trust that the best I can. And obviously there's really frustrating days.
The league's most watched player sits on the bench, and the cameras still find her. Rehab bands, ice packs, late nights. She finally opens up about the grind no stat line shows. Not just a quad, not just a groin, but a season that felt like a stutter. Play 4 games, sit 5. Feel close, then start over. She admits it changed how she sees everything, including what injured teammates quietly carry every year. And then she hints at something larger. The way games are called, the way bodies are protected, the business that...
I think just how much I was getting pressured. Like it was just like constant full court. And also I think as the season went on, like that chilled out as much. Like it's hard to like want to do that an entire season. Like teams like, you don't want to pick up 94 feet the entire season.
Ices and dips with a single player's availability. Everyone heard the quip about reffing. Fewer people caught the message underneath it. This story is not about panic. It's about honesty, ownership, and the weight of being the person everyone bought tickets to see. It's about a player learning her own body in front of a sold-out crowd. If you want highlights, the internet has those. This is the other side. One that decides how long the highlights last. Let's go. He did not arrive in drama. No hard fall that silenced the arena. It was a preseason twinge that became a left quad problem. The kind of soft tissue signal many athletes try to stretch away. She tried that too. Foam roll, ice, tell yourself it's tightness. Then the calendar started keeping score. Days out, games missed. A new reality introduced itself without an invitation. For a player who hardly ever sat in college, the abrupt stop felt like a translation issue. Her body was speaking, and she did not yet know the language. That confusion is how a lot of careers get tested. Not because a player lacks toughness, but because the answer is patience, and patience looks like weakness when the lights are on. She would learn to listen. She had to. The first lesson was simple and hard at the same time. Stop pretending this is just tight. The next lesson was coming, and it would not be gentle. The season did not break once.
It's a little bit easier, and like you're very, very motivated, and like you're close to the finish line of getting back and being back, and then like it's not like I have a training camp to like build up to like playing my first game again. It's like, no, like you're tossed into game 30, like go try to play well. Like it's hard, like it really is. And I think it has given me really good perspective on like what a lot of my teammates and people that I've, teams I've been a part of, like certain people have had to go through. Like I've never been through anything like that.
If frayed, then frayed again. A left quad strain kept her out from late May into mid-June. Then a left groin flare meant more missed time, including the Commissioner's Cup final window. She came back, felt good, then the right groin took its turn in mid-July. None of this fit cleanly on a timeline. There was no 6-week clock, no bright circle on a calendar with a guaranteed return date. Soft tissue does not care about your schedule. What made it worse was context. There was no gentle ramp like a training camp. No easing into pace and chemistry. The assignment looked like this. Welcome back. Here's game 30. Now be yourself immediately. That is not recovery. That is a dare. It's also how setbacks happen. The season became a stutter. On, off, and the mental toll was just beginning to show. At first,
I think the most challenging part of like all this, so obviously I have the first injury and I sit out 4 games and then I come back and I play really well.
Yeah.
And I feel really good. And like even this begin the year, like I played great. Like I started the year really good. Like I felt really great. Like my numbers were great. I was shooting the ball well. And then I get hurt and it's like, okay, like you gotta get healthy, whatever. You're like, I'm gonna do whatever I can, to get back to what I was doing and whatever, feel good.
She did what confident athletes do. Talked herself out of the warning signs. Maybe it's stiffness. Maybe it is fatigue. Maybe I need heat. Maybe it is nothing. Except it was something. And the only way forward was to accept that truth. The rehab room replaced the court, and the discipline changed shape. Instead of scouting a defense, she had to track glutes firing and hip stability. Instead of a shot chart, she had range of motion, load management, tissue healing. That shift forced humility. She admitted
Like, and I
she
think
had
that's
never
probably why it's been so hard, because like I've never really dealt with injury, and that's probably been a challenge in itself, because like when I first like was feeling pain, like I didn't understand it. Like I didn't know. I was like, what am I
been through anything like it. There is a fear that comes with not knowing how you will feel tomorrow. A fear that lives underneath every upbeat update. Learning your body is not a slogan. It is tedious, frustrating work that rarely gives you the victory lap you think you earned. She kept going. Then a message arrived that changed the tone of her comeback. Her mother sent the line that stuck. You spend your time on everyone else. Take some for yourself. It felt like permission to slow down in a world where slowing down sounds like quitting. That one text reframed the grind. Recovery stopped being a race against the media cycle and became a promise to future months, future seasons. It is not an easy switch to make when your team is playing and your name is on the marquee. Still, the decision mattered. She did not vanish. She traveled with the team, she stood for the anthem in warm-ups, signed more autographs than she does when she plays, and kept being visible for the people who lined up for hours. That choice fed a heart of her, protecting her body even when fans wanted the faster answer. The next section shows why that restraint created tension across the whole league. Everyone knew the numbers. When she plays, arenas fill, cameras linger, and the broadcast looks like an event.
Viewership and ticket sales are like up across the WNBA, and then like, and they're also, when you don't play, there's a dip, like a substantial dip. So how do you handle, does it impact your patience? You know what I mean? Like, you're coming back from this injury and you know this, everybody knows this, that when you play that changes.
When she sits, there's a dip. Teams know it, networks feel it, and the opposition game plan shifts when the player who bends the fences is not there. Inside the fever, results reflected the difference. They looked more dangerous with her, more predictable without her. None of this is a surprise. What is heavy is carrying that knowledge while you are hurt. She felt a responsibility to show up, even on the road, even when the only jersey she could wear was a hoodie. It is not guilt. It is gratitude and a little pressure all mixed together. People spend money and time to see you. You want to give them something. That's why she kept signing, kept talking, kept showing appreciation. But the responsibility did not end with fans. It crept into how the game itself was being played and called. From the bench, she did not just watch. She studied. She read coverages, saw traps arriving 2 passes early. And yes, she chirped the officials.
Well, like, I'm gonna go to every road game no matter what, like whether I'm playing or not. Like, and it's hard because obviously I do feel this like responsibility of like being out there and playing, and like, not that I like think there's like a fear of any of this ever going away. Like, that doesn't happen when like LeBron or Steph get hurt. Like, they're always gonna.
When asked about it, she answered with a smile that had an edge. She joked she would make a good official because she would not miss calls. It was light and it was pointed. Frustrations with consistency have been simmering across the league. Coaches had spoken, players have been fined. Because of who she is, this was not a tantrum. A product of hours of practice,
It's been cool to like see people continue to show up, and like for my teammates, whether they're like fans of the Fever or just fans of myself, like they're continuing to show up and support. And like, that's why I've been trying to take as much time as I can. Like, I sign autographs for way longer when I'm hurt than when I'm active.
Yeah.
So that's never something I like wish for, but like, you know, I still want to make as much time as I can for people and, you know, give them something that, but like, you do want to play. Like, you want to give people something to cheer about or scream about, or, you know, people spend so much time and money and resources to come and watch you play.
that disguised themselves as handshakes. It was smart, it was relentless, and over time, it created a different kind of risk. There are two ways to stop a great guy. You can beat them with better schemes, or you can build a wall of fatigue. The wall is legal until it's not. A thousand small bumps that never look like a hit. The effect is real. Added load leads to tightness. Tightness becomes a pull. A pull becomes another 2 weeks on the sideline. You do not need that intent to create that. The result was the same. Stall learning how to survive a marathon while the league argued about the rules of it.
Am I just tight? Like,
Yeah.
am I just getting old? Do I need to hit a stretch? Do I need to get like a little rubbed out? Do I need some icy hot? Like, what's going on here? So I think it's been a balance of like understanding my body, and I know like.
Looking back on your rookie year, it's, you know, everybody's picking you up full court, trying to tire you out,
For sure.
not let you get anything easy. They're physical with you. They're pushing you right. Everyone knows you like to go left. So now teams, you already talked about in college, they didn't really do that as much. You're getting trapped, all the things.
So I think that's been like the hardest part, has just been like the stop and go of everything. Like, and also like with the type of injuries that I've dealt with, like there's no real, it's not like 6 weeks. All right, you're coming back for the Connecticut Sun game on. You know, I think that's also been really good for me too, is like when I do go out before games and like sign autographs and like see all the young kids or fans or whoever's come to the games, like it just like gives me a really good perspective on everything, and maybe gives me a little bit of motivation and just being thankful for everything that I have. Like, and very thankful for like my fans and just the fans of the WNBA, of like how they can constantly continue to support and truly just want the best for me too at the end of the day. You know, whether it's this year, whether it's next year, and even throughout my career, I'm going to be very thankful for this moment.
It's not like I have a training camp. You're tossed into game 30. No usual ramp-ups, just trust your body.
I think early on with the first couple injuries, I was like, oh, like I need to get back. Like, but I think like my mom texted me like after this last injury, and like they know how hard it's been on me, but my mom was like, you know, you've taken so much time for everybody else. Like you have to take time for yourself now. So, and even like, when I have been back, like, I don't know how I'm going to feel the next day after playing, like when you're dealing with like these type of injuries. So I think just like the patience of dealing with all of that and giving myself a lot of grace, and just trying to be the best teammate I can. And on
It's
August
all about how you feel in the
30th
moment.
or whatever, it's like, how do you feel? Like, hey, like, you know, I think that's something that's really cool. So. Just trying to do that the best I can too.
How are you like managing it so it doesn't impact your patients?
Definitely been hard
While later
Yeah.
to be there,
No,
like, you
you'll be
know,
back.
yeah, exactly. So
Instead, she chose patience. That meant dealing with the unknown day to day. Soft tissue is not file scheduled. One night you feel great, the next morning, your stride says slow down. It gets inside your head if you let it. Her answer was to reset her why. The mother's text helped. So did the faces in the tunnels, the kids with posters, the parents asking for a picture. It gave her the perspective she needed to make one more boring, correct decision. She found a way to be a good teammate without forcing a rescue. She learned to take grace for herself, the same grace she gives others. That is not Instagram big, it is real. And it prepared her for the grind that no broadcast celebrates. Rehab looks glamorous in highlight edits. In life, it's measured in angles and seconds, in bridges that feel silly next time I will be ready. What that readiness unlocks on the court is why fans keep refreshing the injury report. With her on the floor, the game stretches. The defense cannot sag because the shot is alive 2 steps behind the line. The big gets easier touches because a guard dragging 2 defenders turns pockets into layups. Wings see cleaner catch-and-shoot looks because the first pass after penetration is already inside the defense's rotation. The pace rises, and so does the joy. Basketball looks simple again when a primary creator bends the court her way. That clarity helps the roster stabilize. The team is not asking role players to be something they are not. They are asking them to do what they do best. They're asking them to do what they do best because attention is already spoken for. It also lets the coach simplify. Instead of emergency packages, you can return to sets that fit the roster you actually built. A healthy version does not just add points, it restores identity. That is why patience is not passive, it's strategic. During her absences, others stepped forward. Bigs battled on the glass. Shooters took more volume. Guards learned to carry pressure without the primary handle on the floor. Some of it worked, some of it exposed weaknesses that only time and health could fix. There were nights with only 9 active players, a reminder that rosters bend quickly when injuries stack and hardship exceptions do not hit in time. Those stretches create an edge that will matter down the road. Experience under stress sticks. Players who had to do more will keep parts of that responsibility when she returns, which makes the whole more dangerous. And for her, watching teammates take that weight build gratitude and urgency in equal measure. The line between resilience and overload is thin. The league's job is to make sure it's not crossed by accident. Before the injuries, leadership meant huddles, hypes, and big shots. After the injuries, leadership meant different choices. Hold a teammate's confidence steady during a cold week. Speak up for a foul standard that protects everyone, not just you. Model patience in public when patience is not fun. Those choices echo, especially when they come from the player with the camera phone. This is how reputations change. It's not one soundbite. It's a pattern of decisions that tell a locker room you are serious about the long game. That view includes accountability for the league, which is why one sharp line about reffing mattered. It was a nudge with humor, but it was a nudge. Stars influence the game. Sometimes they do it with a crossover. Sometimes they do it with a sentence. Last, hold the line when the calendar tempts you to jump. Shortcuts smile at you. Do not smile back. When you return with a body that trusts you, you play like yourself. And when you play like yourself, the conversation moves from rehab notes to box scores again. That's where this is headed if patience wins the day. The team stayed near the playoff line through the turbulence. Proof that resilience is not a slogan. Teammates like Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall, and Sophie Cunningham had nights that kept the season from slipping. Those minutes will pay off later. The question now is not if she returns, it's how she returns. A careful ramp can look slow to outsiders, then look brilliant in the last 10 games when legs are fresh and the playoffs feel close. The league is watching, not with panic, but with awareness. The conversation about consistency is bigger than one player. She just gave it a face and a voice. If the standard gets tighter, talent shines. If talent shines, the product grows. That is not marketing, that